A vibrant continent with diverse cultures, thriving kingdoms, and bustling trade routes. This was Africa before the storm, a place where the ancestral homes of millions would be transformed into a lasting legacy of pain and resilience. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Jumai Lawa, but you can call me Jum Jum, your trusty guide on this wild ride through the land. Slave trade in Africa was an activity that existed for over 400 years, precisely between the 15th century and the 19th century. Portugal, Spain, Prussia, now known as Germany, Italy, United Kingdom, America, and many other superpowers of them were experiencing economic hardship and industrial revolution. Yes, you heard me right. Sapa was dealing with them seriously. So they thought on how to increase their economy, on how to boom their economy and increase workforce. And by the 16th century, the referring as Atlantic slave trade took hold. European traders caught and transported millions of Africans, selling them off like commodities. Do you even know that the popular Black Friday sales was a marketing tactic to sell slaves? I guess you don't. The Atlantic slave trade was prominent among the European traders who did not only pilot slaves via the ocean, they also engaged in activities that were totally condemning and dehumanizing. For example, piloting their mouths so that they won't eat their sugar canes and fruits. Using shackles on their hands and legs so that they won't run away. That was not all. Oh. They also took them on a long distance via foot with little or no food, and from a point of no return, they boarded a ship. Slave trade didn't just fuel ships, it impacted African society. Communities were torn apart, families were shattered, and the entire region was destabilized to the extent that African kingdoms were even selling their own people in exchange for gold. Hundreds of Africans were packed tightly into tiers below deck for a voyage of about 5,000 miles. That's like 8,000 kilometers. Oh my god. And usually the ceiling of the ships are usually like it does not even permit them to sit upright, not to talk of stand. So they had to squat. Guys, imagine squatting for minutes, hours, days, months. It was intolerable that oxygen level was so low that candles could not even burn. There was extreme form of violence, sexual exploitation, sexual abuse. But despite all of these guys, Africans did resist. Some even committed suicide by jumping overboard, while some starved to death. In 1776, Adam Smith attacked slave trade and contended that keeping slaves in the long run was economically unprofitable. And also, Thomas Bentham and Jeremy Bentham also regarded slave trade as a disgrace to the colony and an outrage upon humanity. And by 1807, guys, the European traders became the abolitionists. Thank God. But the annoying part was that so many African leaders and kingdom rulers were not ready to put an end to the slave trade. Why? Because of their greediness, and secondly, because it was the main basis for their economy. For example, Ghana were not ready to support the abolition until cocoa was introduced to them as a substitute for slave trade. And secondly, Madame Efere Tinubu was a powerful slave trader. She kept trading slave even after it was abolished. And by the 19th century, guys, slave trade was finally abolished in Africa. And it was safe to say that Africans were free from the shackles of hands and legs. But let's ask ourselves, even though we are free from the shackles of hands and legs, are we free from the shackles of mind? Hmm. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, turn on your notification bell so whenever I post content, you will be the first to see it. I'll see you on my next episode. Ciao!